Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session, I'm going to show us how we can correct misapplied customer payment. So let's say we receive a payment and then we apply it to the wrong invoice or to the wrong customer. So there are two instances here. It's either you apply it to the right customer but to the wrong invoice, or you applied it to the wrong customer and the wrong invoice. So in that case, let's go with the first step. So in order to, let's go with, we received the payment and applied it to the right customer but to the wrong invoice. Though it might not have any financial implication on the financials, it might not have any material implication, but sometimes issues might come up as to what invoice was the payment made on. So in that case, let's go to customer center. So let's select a customer here. Let's go with Yakub Abdurrahman. We can see we have 42,500 invoice number 10, 42,500 invoice number 5. So I will receive a payment 42,500. So let's first of all, we can actually filter it by receive payment alone so that we can directly go to the payment. So we have this is the payment you are looking for, and should in case you did not see any payment here, it's possible you selected a different payment method. So the best way is to select all payment methods. Then don't forget to select the period for which the transaction occurred, or else you wouldn't see the amount. So let's double click on that. So once you double click on that amount, it will take us to the customer payment window. Now over here you can see that we have two 42,500, invoice number 10 and invoice number 5. So let's say it happened that we wrongly selected the invoice number 5, so we're supposed to select the invoice number 10, right? So we uncheck this and check this. So it doesn't really have any financial implication, but at least you would know which invoice to stamp on. That okay, this is the invoice we've paid. Of course, they usually stamp invoice to say okay, it has been approved or paid. So this will assist us to actually apply the payment to the correct invoice that the stamp was made on. Okay, so we've selected that and we save and close. With this, we've corrected that error for right customer but wrong invoice. But what of the case where the payment was made to the wrong customer and to the wrong invoice? So the first thing you need to do first is to make the right. So let's say we want to pay for Jonah this 200. Let's go to all transaction. There's an invoice here 200,000. I want to pay this 200,000. So it happened that the payment was made to Yakubu Abdurrahman by mistake. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and receive payment for, I want to create the mistake now. Receive payment to Abdurrahman, then just insert the 200,000. So let's see, we've done this before and we're just realizing that mistake has been done there. That was after. So let me just save that. So that payment has been made to Yakub Abdurrahman, right? But now we notice that the payment has been made to Yakub Abdurrahman 200 instead of Jonah. So the first thing we need to do, let's go to Jonah, new transaction, let's receive payment. Let's actually undo, let's do the correct transaction now. So from here we enter 200,000. so we're assuming we want to actually make the payment first. So we've made the payment now. As you can see, there is no balance, 0, so we save and close. So since we've done this, we'll go back to the receive payment platform. Let's say we don't even know the customer that will make the payment, because we look at Jonah and we did not see the payment, but we knew we've already made that payment. Now, while making the payment, don't forget that you are going to include the reference number. Let's say the tally number or the teller number or the check number. So include something that will make you to easily identify that transaction. So once you've done that, you now go to, and remember, once you make payment, it's possible that while making the payment, you've already deposited that payment to the bank. You can see in this case FCMB bank, but had it been it is deposited to this undeposited fund, the next channel to do to deposit the amount is to go to record deposit. But since we've already received the payment and recorded the deposit, there's no need of coming to this angle. Had it been we received the deposit and we received the payment into undeposited fund, we'll go to record deposit to record. But in this case, there is no transaction here because we recorded it directly while receiving the payment. Okay, so in that case, we go to receive payment, and maybe we know the date the transaction, so we can actually back forward or look up the customer invoice. So if you have the invoice number, you enter the invoice number, but since we are not even looking for invoice, it might be invoice or the company or separate companies. Okay, but if it is still difficult, you can just try to click here back till you click on find, and since you already have the amount, you can just type the amount here and to bring out all the amounts. Let's try and see 200,000. You can see what the invoice that has been brought up, 200,000. okay, so and you can also still make use of this method. So let's say we head back to receive payment once again. Then from receive payment, we try to look for the 200 that we paid earlier. So this is 200 to Jonah, which is correct. We'll go back again. So luckily enough, we see the 200. And remember, I did not include the reference number. So of course, the reference number with this other one will be the same. So that is what we used to know, that, and the date of the transaction that is the same. So this is it. We've seen it here. So since you've seen the transaction here, you can just head here to delete. So once you've deleted it, that transaction is out of Abdurrahman's account, but it's still on the Jonah, the correct customer that you received the payment against. So with this, you've rectified the two instances where you apply a payment to a wrong invoice but to the right customer, or to the wrong customer and the wrong invoice. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can like my video, share my video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any question, drop it on the comments section below. Don't forget to turn on the notification. Bye.